group of 5 financial contributors. We're going to see how IRCC assesses individual group members for their financial capacity. So here is an example group of 5. So in order to determine who is going to be assessed for their financial capacity, we'll only take a look at those who are making financial contributions. So in this group of 5, there are 2 people who are not making financial contributions, so they don't need to submit a financial profile. But the other 3 members, as a minimum, have to submit a financial profile and proof documentation when they are contributing a pledged amount from their income. In this case, we have Sonia, who is going to contribute $10,000. We have Jamil, who's going to contribute $3,000, and Terry, who's going to contribute $3,500. When you take a look at their individual financial assessment, they are going to have to fill out the financial profile. And IRCC is going to see how much money they earn from their various sources of income based on the amounts that are inserted in the financial profile. And those amounts from the financial profile will have to be backed up by proof documentation, such as the CRA Notice of Assessment. Okay, taking a look at our example group of 5 members, we have Sonia, Jamil, and Terry. And they're going to be assessed on their financial capacity based on how much money they earn and their family size. IRCC wants to make sure that the amount of money that they're taking out of their sources of income is not going to cause their own family to live in poverty. They want to make sure that your own family's needs are being met and that the amounts you are pledging to contribute to a sponsored refugee family is from surplus amounts that are not required for your own family's care. On the undertaking document, under Section V, Total Committed Funds, you have the option to fill out if you're putting funds in a funds held in trust account. And if you do, then there will be a section that will drop down where you have to give an explanation for where the funds have come from. But in this case, we're looking at individual contributions from personal income by particular G5 members. And so in this section, we're going to fill out the information for Sonia, Jamil, and Terry, and the amounts they are personally choosing to contribute. So let's take a look at Jamil. We're going to individually assess his pledged amount and compare it to his source of income and how much money his family needs to live on. And so Jamil has pledged $3,000. This is the formula that the IRCC officer will use to assess whether someone has the financial capacity to contribute the amount of money they are pledging on the undertaking form. They take a look at the individual's notice of assessment, and they're looking at the amount of gross income that is listed on line 150. Then they're going to take a look at how much money does his own family need to live on in general. It's an estimate. So they're going to take a look at the sponsorship cost table, and they're going to subtract that amount from the line 150 from the notice of assessment. And then they're going to minus any amounts that this individual has pledged for another family. And the amount that's remaining is how much they can actually contribute after all those things have been subtracted from their income. So, what does Jamil need to figure out if he has enough money based on what he wants to contribute? He's going to need his notice of assessment, the most recent notice of assessment, and he's going to need the sponsorship cost tables. So For determining your proof of income, you want to take a look at the tax assessment, so the notice of assessment from Canada Revenue Agency, and line 150 shows that Jamil has a total income of $29,753, and we see that from line 150. So we put that information in our formula here under notice of assessment amount on line 150. Now, to determine Jamil's family size. The family size is going to include Jamil himself and his spouse or common law partner and his dependent children, or if his dependent child has a child, and anyone else who is financially dependent upon Jamil. So in this case, Jamil has a wife and one dependent child, so he has a family size 3. So we're going to take the sponsorship cost tables and we're going to look up the amount that is estimated for a family size 3, $26,700. So we're going to take that amount and put that in the formula. Under sponsorship cost table, family size 3 amount, $26,700. Now, if Jamil had pledged any money for other sponsorships, we would insert that amount in the next line. But in this case, he hasn't submitted any pledges or contributions for any other sponsorships. So when we subtract the amount his family needs to live on based on the general estimates from the cost tables, from his actual income, we see that he does have $3,053 remaining, that's surplus, that shows IRCC he does in fact have the financial capacity to contribute $3,000. Here's the example where he previously did contribute $2,500 already for his brother and his family. And so when you subtract that amount, it shows that he actually only has $553 that he could contribute to this current sponsorship. So in this case, if he had indicated on the undertaking document he wanted to pledge $3,000, the application would be refused based on him not having sufficient income to match the amount that he would pledge. Now, if he were to pledge $500, then it would be accepted. So do you need some support? Well, you can contact an RSTP trainer in your region. Just go to our website, rstp.ca, and look for the link for Contact Us. All of our local RSTP trainers will be listed there.